tournament will kick off very soon. I'm down in Stanford, joined alongside by the great Mark Stabina, and we can't wait for the action to begin. It is going to be fantastic.
What a great way to ring in the new year, Dallin Stanford, with some sevens rugby. It's going to be a festival out here at Round Rock, Austin, Texas. It's meant to be the middle of winter. Beautiful weather. Sun just peeping through the clouds. A beautiful 78 degrees we're expecting today. So these players will definitely need to hydrate. Fantastic conditions. Wonderful facilities here at Round Rock. And the grass looks pristine and ready to take a beating.
All in readiness for match number 1 of 21 today. It'll feature Guerrilla Rugby taking on the National Athletic Village 7 side, NAV 7s from Southern Pines, North Carolina, and Guerrilla Rugby from Fort Worth here locally in Texas.
Of course, the referee for today, the very first match of the tournament. The honours go to Kat Roche. What a fantastic season she's had, Dallin.
Oh, amazing. International referee. So we're underway for the first game. It's Guerrilla kicking off in their pink socks to the NAV 7 side, who'll receive this in white. And we're underway for the first game of the 2021 Freetail 7s. The magic is yet to begin. So here we go. First touch here for NAV 7s. They look to the contact point. Early touches for them on that far side as they go in midfield, looking to cut back in against the grain. Short little low ball to take, but gets spilt in our first scrum of the day.
Big Simi Moala taking on the defence, try to get through and get the offload away. Some early nerves, the first game of the tournament. Expect to see that. There's actually a little bit of dew on the grass as well. It'll make things a little slippery in these first few matches.
Aidan Smith to feed, the 19-year-old student at Kutztown University. Comes down to the ground. Brock Stinson is there. Receives it at fly half to Hargest. And now the left-hand side, Tyson Lucas, who was brilliant in the 2019 event as Guerrilla Rugby looked to recycle. They were surprised Atlantis, who won the tournament, knocked them over in the pool standings. A couple little switches and ball goes back, and early morning stuff you'd expect not to be as jointed. Tackle comes in there from Dayton Sheraton. Still available for Guerrilla Rugby on the right-hand side. Matthew Reed flicks it to the right. Good little hands and then knocked down the tackle. Blake Andrews was in there. Roach is there on the mark. Just a knock-on.
And it looks like a knock-on actually from the attempted tackle from one of the NAV 7s players. So Guerrilla will maintain possession. As you said, Dallin, just a little disjointed early on. Some of the players a little flat in attack, overrunning the pass. The pass is not quite as accurate as they need to be at this stage. But expect the teams to warm into this game.
So this is Pool A, Atlantis and Apex Rugby, the other two sides in it. Penalty here for Guerrilla Rugby. They tap and go quickly. They go through Stinson again, drifts across field. Finds Hargest. Big strong tackle on him. Still to the right they work. Smith yet again at link man. Reed with the little man bun looks for the loop around. Doesn't come to him but stays with his side as they look to spit free on that far side. A little break on that narrow side. Possession yet again. Smith keeps it back, but a little bit of depth here for Brock Stinson to come onto this one. Also play with the Rhino Rugby side as well. It's pressure at the breakdown. Irving Corsamo comes in and will be a penalty for NAV 7s. They'll tap and go quickly. Early chance for them as they look for the little dummy in midfield. Moala gets it away nicely. Available there is Sheraton. Space to operate here for NAV 7s. Numbers to burn. Couple little stutter steps. The opening try of the 2021 Freetail 7s. It'll go to Samu Smith, who gets it done. Brilliant stuff from NAV 7s.
Great individual play from Smith. I must say the pass wasn't the easiest one. He pulled it up from round his ankles and then continued on, little right foot step through the hole and scores the try.
First 5 on the board. Looking for the extra 2. Nice high-looking kick. Strikes through. 7-0. NAV 7's lead here against Gorilla Rugby in the opening pool clash.
It was Gorilla that had all the possession. All it took was great turnover at the breakdown for NAV Rugby, and then moments later breaking through, scoring the try. So Gorilla just need to clean up their offense a little bit and get back on the board.
So the men from Southern Pines, North Carolina, the National Athletic Village, coached by J.K. Anderson, man from the Republic of South Africa. Restart, knocks down and well maintained. Gabriel Mitchnier's there for NAV 7's in white. Early possession here, a little drop there, looked up, and Gorilla could capitalise here. They put it to the toe through Blake Andrews. It's a little let off there for the NAV 7's. Been pinched though. Gorilla Rugby with their pink socks. Smith fires it away. A lot of dew on the ground. It slips. Still comes aside. Oh, and a lovely big fend. Looking to keep it alive. Again, they go in. Good strong passenger player for Gorilla. Can they attack the line and bust free with Blake Andrews, the 22-year-old? Better width on that far side, trying to scamper free. Brock Stinson couldn't get his legs over the tackle, so it still stays with Gorilla. Now they look to step around the short side. Tyson Lucas. Lucas going again. Stepped a couple. It's been knocked in the tackle, but this time it'll be a yellow card. See you later for 2 minutes.
Much better play from Gorilla. Sees the fancy footwork of Lucas. And then just the attempted tackle coming in from Mawala, slapping it down. That was a lazy attempt. And that could be trouble now for NAV.
Back on.
You're going to play 2 minutes with only 6 men on the field.
So the rest of this first half, they'll have the player advantage. They go to the right-hand side to Andrews. Smith was involved. Quick hands there from Stinson on that far side. Looking to bust through yet again.
Happy?
Try in the corner. Terence Hargress gets it done. And response here from Gorilla Rugby is fantastic.
Hargress does extremely well because that was fantastic cover defence coming across. He couldn't quite shake the first tackle. Stood in the tackle, kept on his feet, and then wriggled his way through with another defender coming through, knocking him nearly over the sideline. Great play, staying in the field of play to score that one.
Difficult conversion, though, from the right-hand side. Unsuccessful. 7-5, but Gorilla Rugby are in this. The side from Fort Worth, coached by Mickey Patterson and Chris Morrison, have a great response.
Well, they'll have just under a minute now, still with the numerical advantage. And they'll be looking to regather this kickoff, potentially score another try right before the halftime break, Dallin.
Let's see what they can do. Players mostly comprised of under 23 players. Look to expand to international tours in 2022. This is their 3rd year for the Gorilla Rugby side. A kick to the left. Handled there by Dayton Sheraton, keeping possession with the NAV side, who only have 6 players. That's the siren for the end of the first half. Into the contact. Looking to dig this one out was Henry Hicks. Now looking to bust free again. NAV 7's, this is what they can do to you. Just the speed on the outside. Being chased all the way. Reaching and sliding over. It's a stunning try from Dayton Sheraton. Just ghosting defenders left and right, and gets the 2nd try for NAV 7's.
Great work from Sheridan, and he busted through, kept the defenders at bay. It looked like for a moment there the cover defence was going to pull him in. He just stuck that big right arm out. It was a great cover tackle in the end, but it was all too late as he was close enough to just dive over the sideline. Fantastic play from NAV, especially with a man still in the sin bin.
Exactly, you're right. Just the ability of Sheridan to beat players one-on-one. Man who claims he's 6'5", we know he isn't. This kick rolls on the ground. That brings the half-time whistle to the very first match in the 2021 Freetail7s tournament. 12-5, NAV 7's lead Gorilla Rugby after the first half. match 1 of the 2021 Freetail 7s tournament, won by Atlantis in 2019. Didn't play in 2020. Here's Cat Roach, marathon runner, one of the fittest referees you'll see. Also can knit a brilliant scarf, apparently. She won't need in these conditions, though.
Can go either way in Texas, Stalin, and it's gone the way of warm weather. It's going to get warmer throughout the day. It's still early morning.
NAV 7s to kick off, who lead 12 points to 5. Tries from Samu Smith and Daytwan Sheraton has them in the lead. Gorilla Rugby to receive this, as they drift across field looking for a bit of open space. It's not there. It flicked back in field by Aiden Smith. Man, it also played with the Atlantis Rugby side in years gone by. A go cross field, big strong tackle, slipping on the dewy surface. Still with Gorilla Rugby. They were up a player because Moala was yellow carded earlier, but he's back on the field and being a real menace.
Now that's what Moala's been doing all game. He just races out of defence, tries to spook the ball carrier. In this case, it was successful. You don't want, you take one look at that big man running at you. I'd drop the ball as well.
Oh, man, they called a tuck shop back at high school. Nobody could get a little feed in because Moala was there just manning the aisles, making sure he gets fed first. Here comes Hicks. Hicks attacks the line with that red scrum cap. Moala is there. He's over. The big frame of Moala will not be stopped. Nobody will take his lunch money. And that's try number 3 for NAV 7s.
He's such a presence, isn't he, Moala? A big man, always in the thick of the action, looking to force the error in defence and make the big tackles. And then when he gets the ball in hand, wow, he is unstoppable. And it was just a little offload, that's all it took, despite dragging 2-3 players nearly over the try line.
Kick successful as well. 19 points to 5. NAV 7s looking to stretch the legs here. Second year program comprised of players from North Carolina. Special invites as well. They're working on a residency program for the summer of 2022. So look out for them. Look them up. The National Athletic Village played in the National 7s as well. Great program with a lot of future stars amongst them. As Blake Jackson gets ready for this restart. He'll be on the upcoming episode of Beachfront Bargain Hunts. And a great hairstyle to match as well. Kicks to the left-hand side. It's contestable. Lovely little take at the top from Sabu Smith. Smith's going the distance. Smith off the restart. That's absolutely fabulous. One of the fastest bats you'll see off the kickoff.
Racing away with it now, NAV Rugby. That's the game of 7s. If you can just regather your restarts, make such a difference in this game. It's all about possession. But if you can do that with your possession as well, you're on your way to victory. Still plenty of time in this match, although 7s Rugby doesn't seem that way.
Blake Jackson, who started the madness with that restart, takes it to the side. 24 points to 5. A lovely strike there. And Samu Smith, player who lives in Colorado, plays with the American Raptors, the crossover academy. One of a handful of players that are on display here this weekend, and what a success that program's been as well.
Yes, they have doing great things over there at Glendale, Colorado, bringing in some crossover athletes, taking them on tour, getting them plenty of rugby experience, which is what they need, and a team to look out for.
Jackson again, carbon copy of the restart, bounces once, and Genesis Lucius has it there. The 23-year-old, also with the American Raptors, former DC Calvary player. Down on the ground for Tuifua. Gets a couple of strong fends as well, helped by PJ O'Reilly. Gorilla finally able to get this one back. Their try through Terence Hargest. Big contact, they flick it back in field nicely. Gorilla Rugby with strong mullet on the field as well. It's been growing it when COVID started, but it's been picked up here from Filiani Simamane. Flicks it over the top, does a South African to Moala. Moala! Oh, it gets smashed to the ground. Great strong tackle there. Simamane there looking for the distance. A big pass. O'Reilly thought he was going to throw it. Comes back to the hot stepper from South Africa. A couple of little gooses is well contained for NAV 7s. Now a little space opens up for O'Reilly. Jackson is on his shoulder. But it's Gorilla Rugby that get this. Quick tap for them. 2.5 to go to close out this game. They're down 24 points to 5. What can they come up with? Some mullet on that far side. Then mullet. Oh, he gets taken towards the touchline, flicks it back in the field of play, but doesn't go to the required target. Tuifua's there. A couple of little jump steps there from Lucius. Still there for NAV Sevens in white with Blake Jackson. Simamane comes across here. O'Reilly, great step from PJ O'Reilly. Just using half the field though on attack.
Gate. Gotta come through the gate.
Penalty there for not coming through straight through the gate, as it's called in rugby, coming in from the side. And that was just as well for NAV Rugby, because it looked like the ball carrier got himself isolated, allowing that Gorilla team to come in, get over the ball. They just did it illegally. Little injury now, just time off on the clock. Looks like it might be a replacement, as well as the injured player gingerly walks toward the sideline. Hasn't left the field yet, so we're not sure, but yeah, it looks like he's been replaced in these final stages of the match, Dallin.
Yeah, it's Big Simi Mwala. He's getting a breakfast taco on the side. I can see it now. A little chorizo and potato as well.
You can see the potato from here.
Razor vision here. Good little step from Samu Smith again. Lovely little switch back in. Sees it. Comes on the angled run and does really well. Da Fonseca will score here to close things out for NAV Sevens. A lovely little interplay.
Just too strong, Nav. Too strong in the end. Once they started to string some phases together after the early nerves, when they had possession, it really comes down to a lot of the individuals just with their strong running, good on their feet. You see Da Fonseca there changing the angle nicely and then putting on the afterburners. Found himself a hole.
The contractor from Pennsylvania notches down another great score for NAV Sevens. 31 points to 5 after that successful kick as the siren sounds. Jackson goes short for the restart. Gorilla knocked this one on. They could hoof it out. Cat Roche says been knocked on, and we will likely have one more scrum.
See who gets the final say in this match. Just under a minute to play by our clock. It'll be NAV. In dangerous territory now for Gorilla.
Filiani Simamane has a little crack himself, slows it up and throws a brilliant dummy. Confuses half his opponents and a few of his own players as well. O'Reilly's there. He's at a strong game. There's PJ O'Reilly. Genesis Lucius, the 23-year-old. Goes high over the top, bouncing ball on this slippery surface. Gorilla pick this one up. Final save from them in this clash. They have a crack at the line, flicked it up the mullet's not there to contain it. Goes the other way though to Genesis Lucius. And then lovely little cutback from O'Reilly. Jackson says that's it. We'll take the first victory in the first match of this tournament. And it's NAV Sevens that hold strong here for a 31 points to 5 win against Gorilla Rugby.